let's go down the list, starting with Josh, Dobbs, Noah. How does this affect people that have Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkins? Has changed the run game. What are you feeling, suspecting from this Vikings O?
Yeah, I mean it's an upgrade from what we thought it would be potentially with Mr. Hall. We were not looking forward to that, just based off what was going on initially, based off of the Packers game. He had like 2 drives and turned the ball over once on him, so it was not great. But looking forward, Josh Dobbs was able to provide some fantasy relevance for Marquise Brown. We saw Trey McBride have a good game. We saw the running backs have some decent work in the PPR game. So, Josh Dobbs is definitely it's not Kirk Cousins, but I think they'll be able to run this offense similarly to how they were running it when Kirk Cousins was under center. So with Josh Dobbs, I think we can all celebrate as Jordan Addison owners. For now, when Justin Jefferson returns, I'm going to be a little hesitant at times. It might be a matchup-dependent play, but for now, we're feeling okay as Jordan Addison owners.
Yeah, I don't think it's a downgrade from Kirk Cousins. It's certainly not an upgrade, but I feel okay lining up everyone. But it will be very different when Jefferson is back because there's no rapport with the quarterback with Jefferson. Anything that we have for the next week or two is going to be with Addison. So who knows what Jefferson will do. Let's jump over to Taylor Heinicke and the Atlanta Falcons. We're both probably going to agree. Taylor Heinicke seems to be a more competent quarterback for the sake of fantasy for the Atlanta Falcons. I expect some upticks for not just Drake London, but hopefully Kyle Pitts. Maybe the passing game with even Matt Collins as a deep sleeper option. Maybe Bijan is able to get back involved. How are you feeling with Taylor Heinicke?
I'm feeling better than I was with Desmond Ridder. I think Taylor Heinicke is kind of going to start playing like he doesn't really have anything to lose, because I don't think he really does. He's in a situation where he is just doing what he wasn't planning on doing, so that's a good thing, I suppose. And so I think he'll take shots down the field. I think he will go ahead and I think he's going to be a little more risky or anything like that. So I think there's an option here that Taylor Heinicke could improve this Falcons offense, that could improve what's going on here as far as the fantasy relevance with Kyle Pitts, with Drake London, and those sorts of things. Dude, I don't know if you see what's going on right here. My chair is just sinking. My chair's just. I don't know if you've noticed. I've just started dropping in the frame.
You know, I see it now. Yeah, you were a little bit taller. There you go.
Dude, I was like up here to start, and I don't know what just happened. I started to feel a little bit of strain on my calves, and I was like, what's going on here? Yeah,
the weight
what's happening?
Taylor Heinicke is incredible. That's amazing.
Yeah,
all right,
insane. Yeah.
And let's move over to Las Vegas. Huge reset button. They're going to just move on to Aidan O'Connell. It seems like regardless, despite the contract and the deal they wanted for Jimmy Garoppolo, Aidan O'Connell, we've had some concerns with Davante Adams. Jacoby Myers seemed to be doing well with Jimmy Garoppolo, but now that connection is gone. What are you feeling with Davante Adams owners, and do you think Aidan O'Connell provides any additional help than what Garoppolo could do for us?
I think Davante Adams owners are happy. I think in the one game we saw from Aidan O'Connell, I think he pretty much was going first read, boom, Davante Adams, here, give me the ball and let's go. And so I think this is potentially a benefit for Adams. I think he will see more targets, more work. I think Davante Adams is a player that is impressionable, especially to a rookie quarterback. And so if Davante Adams looks at Aidan O'Connell and goes, "No, I got this. You got me. Go ahead. I'll get it." Aidan O'Connell's going to go, "Okay," and he's going to do it. So I think that's an option there. I mean, 2 weeks ago we saw Will Levis just kind of chuck it up to DeAndre Hopkins there, and they made magic happen on the field. So we'll see what happens here. I think this is going to be a bit of a downgrade, unfortunately, for Jacoby Myers. In the one game we saw, Jacoby Myers was not very involved when Aidan O'Connell was the quarterback. And I think this is a little bit of an upgrade for Josh Jacobs, actually. Josh Jacobs saw like 11 targets or 8 targets, something like that, in over a 30% target share in the game with Aidan O'Connell against the Chargers earlier in the year. So Josh Jacobs should be involved in the passing game as well. When you have not as confident of a rookie quarterback, they're probably going to check the ball down a good amount. Probably some design plays to the running back as well. So it's going to be exciting stuff to watch for Josh Jacobs, for Devontae Adams. As far as Jacoby Myers goes, I'm a little bit worried.
I feel the same. I hope that it does turn out to be in Devontae Adams' favor. And one little bonus quarterback conversation to talk about. It may be Clayton Tune on Sunday for the Arizona Cardinals. It may be Kyler Murray, but either way, it is likely going to be Kyler Murray for the rest of the season. How are we feeling for the wide receiver room? Because pretty much up to this point, it's been irrelevant, except maybe Marquise Brown on occasion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling a lot better about Marquise Brown whenever Kyler Murray does return. Feeling better about Michael Wilson whenever Kyler Murray returns. Feeling better about Trey McBride whenever Kyler Murray returns. I think this offense gets an entire uptick whenever Kyler Murray is back running the offense. As far as this week against the Cleveland Browns, if it's Clayton Tune, I'm going to be a little bit worried here. So, reports, beat writers are saying it's sounding like it's going to be Tune, and it's not going to be pretty for the Cardinals skill players if that is the case.
Yeah, that's a good way to close it out. If it is Clayton Tune, let's just assume that no Cardinals skill players are worth starting. If it is Kyler Murray, we'll take a shot, even though, Myles Garrett is playing at an unbelievable pace this year. So we'll see what happens. That's our take here on 4th and Troll.